Hi, I'm Karen Baker with Business as Pleasure, and this is A Nurtured Life. Welcome to the show. I'm going to talk today about something that's kind of ignored sometimes. People relate to ourselves as talking heads, and we fail to include our bodies. Last week, I talked about your most valuable real estate, which is the body, which is all the time receiving and sending information out to others. And now I'm going to talk to you about the new year and what goals are you setting for yourself? And if these goals are resonant in your body or if they're just things that sound good in the head. So, first of all, if you read my podcast this week, you'll know that what I declared is that resolutions don't work. We make up our minds, but how easily can your mind get swayed? And so it really pays to account for what is your body saying? So I'm going to tell you that when I went to college, it was many years ago, to study hotel administration, I went up to Cornell in Ithaca, New York. I was a Houston girl, and I'd been at school at UT in Austin. And when I realized I was only 2 semesters away from graduating with a degree in general business, I panicked. I remember feeling my heart race. I remember thinking, I have to get out of here. I'm not ready to graduate and go out into the world with a degree as unspecific as general business. What am I going to even do with that? And so I had kind of panicked, averse reaction. I knew I didn't want to stay at UT and get a degree in general business. And so I started looking for what else was out there. And I've always loved food. I've always loved parties and the ambiance of people getting together for purposes of socializing and relaxing. Not only that, but I love to stay in hotels and resorts. Who doesn't? So I thought that hotel administration would be a good choice for me. I even thought that below zero in the winter, Ithaca, New York would be a good choice for me. And I thought all of that stuff in my head. I didn't bother to tune in. Does Karen really like snow? Does Karen really like the East Coast where people are a little more stuffy than the people in Texas? Does Karen even really want to spend her days learning how to be a manager? Is that really her calling in life? No, I didn't find out how my body reacted to any of those things. I just thought, well, I've worked in restaurants before. I like food. I like hotels. I should probably be good at being a hotel manager. Nothing could have been further than the truth. So I invite you, when you're setting your New Year's resolutions, to actually dip down into the intelligence of your body. Now, I have a certain way that I do that, and I can invite you to a session to learn how to do that with me. I do a What's Possible for You in the New Year session that's 1 hour long. And I listen to what you say, but more importantly, I look for the vitality in your eyes. Do your eyes light up? Do they flash? Do they sparkle? Do they shoot off rockets of desire? Does my heart beat faster? Does my observation power see you maybe gesticulating with your hands, or maybe kicking your foot, or maybe you're starting to tap your foot or bounce your hand on your leg because your nervous system is actually getting a little bit excited by what you're saying? Or are you just reporting on the weather? Is it just another good idea that's not going to really inspire you to go that extra mile because you don't really care about it? So the body's our barometer. It's telling us what excites us and what doesn't. By the way, I have something to tell you. I'm in this fancy urban apartment in Houston, Texas right now. When we live isolated in our homes, in a suburban neighborhood like I've been living, we don't ever hear the musical accomplishments of our neighbors. But right now, I can hear someone who's quite adept at playing the piano, tickling the ivories, maybe one apartment behind me, or maybe it's one apartment up. And I can see a view of the horizon. Really, literally, we could be in any big city on earth. This could be London. This could be Paris. It's so beautiful where I'm staying right now. And if you hear the piano in the background, or maybe even the engine of the car down in the street starting up, That's because I'm in a luxurious high-rise urban surrounding. I wanted to share my pleasure with you at that. So, this question, does it really excite me? Does it inspire me? I can illustrate to you with a story about my son. We used to live on Long Island, New York. The school bus came to pick my son up when he was knee high to a grasshopper at 7 a.m. Sometimes it was still dark outside and there was snow on the ground. Typically, it was pretty hard to get Avi out of bed, but we managed to get him out of bed, get his teeth brushed, get a little food in his body, get his backpack on his back, and trudge through the snow to the bus stop. He almost never wanted to get on. He didn't like the bus driver. He didn't want to leave his warm home. He didn't want to leave his mama and papa. Getting him out of bed at 6:30 to be on a 7 bus was difficult. However, one summer, he was going to go to Boy Scout camp. We bought him a uniform and a kerchief and a slide bolo tie. And interestingly enough, the morning that he was starting camp, it was 6:30 a.m. and he was already in our room dressed in his uniform and ready to go to camp. Why? Because his engines were firing. His heart was in it. He felt it in his belly and it sprung him into action with his legs. And when you actually feel the fire in your belly, that's when you want to move towards something. You don't need external motivation. You're inspired from the inside. So in the session I was inviting you to, we looked to see what is really exciting you. What are the high points for you in 2022? The truth is, it doesn't matter what they are as long as they move you, they inspire you, they light you up, and they ignite your drive. Maybe it's a trip to Paris. Maybe it's a sailboat in the Caribbean with your friends. Or maybe it's, what is it for you that would be a high point of your year? You're going to talk to me about those things in the session, and you're going to say, yeah, Karen, I really want so-and-so. And I'm going to observe you. I'm going to give you some feedback. I may say, that doesn't really light you up. What else could it be? And you'll say whatever you say, and I'll say, well, not so much light there. You know, they say where there's smoke, there's fire, but there's not much fire there, and there's not much smoke either. Not a lot of signs of life. What could it be? What could it be that when you say it, your words match the energy and animation that your body is expressing? Because without that, it's just another resolution formed in the head that's a good idea that you're not going to do. In one survey, only 41% of Americans made resolutions. And by year's end, only 9% of them admitted that they had achieved those resolutions to their satisfaction. So it should be clear that resolutions don't work. Making decisions from your mind and from what you should do and from those ideas that other people have for you and all the advice they give you, that ain't it. What it is when you feel moved. You feel like, oh my gosh, if that could happen, that would be on my bucket list. That's something from my bucket list. Or if you're too young to have a bucket list, something that's from your wildest dreams. Something that's from that movie that you saw, like maybe rappelling down a waterfall in Hawaii. What is it for you? I want to go rafting down the Green River. And every night around the campfire for this 2-week trip with my friends, I want to be reading Edward Abbey's book, Down the River. Or maybe something else, Desert Solitaire, something that deeply touches into the soul of nature. And that's a high point for my 2022. Now, I already know who I'm going to call about it too, because she does river rafting trips on a regular basis. And if I could hook up with her and her crowd, I feel pretty sure that that would be a lifetime achievement. What is it for you that the high points of 2022 will be? That's what this session's about. It's called What's Possible for You in the New Year. 1 hour of your life invested with me can change the quality of your entire coming year. We're at a traditional time of change. The old year is waning. We're going more deeply into the winter, which is the reflective time where we go inward to assess what's important to us and who we're going to be in the next year. Well, you have the opportunity to become anyone you want. You could become someone that goes on safaris, or you could become a model or a race car driver. You could take flying lessons. You could become the founder of a new religion. Anything that lights you up and lights your heart on fire is accessible to you because you're a human being and you can create with your language. If you get with me, I'll make sure that your language and your energy are congruent so that you can fulfill what you say and that you actually feel excited to get out of bed in the morning like Avi did when he was going to Cub Scout camp. We know resolutions don't work. They don't create a feeling in the body of lightheartedness. They create kind of a sensation like the famous statue, the thinker. This is the energy of resolution. But the energy of high points is, wow, I can't wait to get this on my calendar. I can't wait to accomplish it. I can't wait till this time next year where I've accomplished all of my 4 to 6 high points. And I have had the year of my life. Let's meet next year at this time and say, man, this was a heck of a year. On the end of 2 tough ones for humanity. Let's make this the one where you spring forth from the mud like a lotus blossom and open up to your own beauty and your own potential. Now, sure, you can do this work on your own, but I've found over the years that there's nothing like a live session with a trained coach who can give you feedback about whether what you're saying is real for you, meaning real, reality-based, embodied, all cylinders firing. Let's do this. That's what I invite you to. It's a high point session. We're going to look for the 4 to 6 high points that you desire for yourself in the coming year. What are they? Who do you want to do them with? When do you want to do them? Where do you want to do them? And why? And then the how typically takes care of itself. So we're going to bring your body on the journey. Because let's say you want to go on a cruise on the Danube, like my friend Dawn recently did. You would want to take your body with you, wouldn't you? No, I think I'll just take my head because I have a lot of hats and it gets sunny down there in the summer. No, you want to have your body along for the ride because you might meet something cute, someone cute that you want to dance with or snuggle with. Thanks so much for listening. A nurtured life has the things in it that you truly love, that truly set your heart on fire, that truly get your feet to tapping. That's what a nurtured life is, and sharing that life with people who align with you and the things that they love. And that's how you become the kind of person that you want to become, is you do the things that make you feel good about yourself and raise your energy. So the sessions, by the way, there's a limited number of them, but besides the limited number, I'm only doing them through the 31st of the month. So book your What's Possible for Me session. And I just look so forward to being with you and helping you to make your dreams come true. That's really why I was planted here on earth. My clients call me the badass fairy godmother because I make their dreams come true, and not just their tame dreams, but their badass dreams. So let's talk about it. I can't wait to find out what's hiding in your heart that you want to bring forth through your speaking. And then let's accomplish it together. I want to talk to you a year from now, in December of 2022, and have you tell me, I did it all. It was amazing. I'm a different person at the end of 2022 than I was at the end of 2021 because I spoke my desires, I put them on my calendar, and I activated them. You can do it. I'm going to be doing it too. I look forward to seeing you soon in a session with me. Thank you so much for watching. If there's somebody who's gotten a bit squashed by the COVID isolation, please share this with them and let them know they can return to dreaming and making their dreams real. We have that over the animals. We can language our dreams, and then we can act with our bodies to make them happen. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. May you have the most delightful of New Year's, and let me help you. I invite you to our Embrace Retreat, January 3rd through 9th of 2022. We're going to teach you 7 levels of the body from the sit bones clear up to the crown of your head and remind you and your body what it's really for feeling your own experiences, for feeling with others, which is called compassion or entrainment, and for housing all of the joy, all of the sorrow that the human experience offers so generously. So come to our Embrace Retreat. You can find it at businessaspleasure.com/retreat. And put your comments in the comments below.